the film was made to spread love. Unfortunately, all it got was hate. People have access to put in their opinions, and sometimes people can be really brutal. I'm also on those platforms, and sometimes it hurts you, it stings you a little, and you're like, why would you be mean, and why would you go personal, or why would you berate somebody? Do I want to give up because I got bullied or I got hate? I'm not seeking validation, how patriotic one is from the other on social media. That can't be the benchmark. You want to really contribute, think right, do right, go join the military or go join the Air Forces, be of some value.
Her gravitas is what sets her apart. Whenever she walks into a room, you can't help but notice only her. She has always been that person. I'm so happy and excited as I'm joined by the gorgeous, the amazing Vaani Kapoor. So firstly, Vaani, amazing trailer, I've already told you. The amalgamation of mythology, fiction, this thriller, suspense, everything. I think it is what sets it apart, Mandala Murders. But I have to start by saying that Gopi sir has given us an amazing portrayal of women in terms of Mardani 1 and Mardani 2, the way he wrote the first part and directed the second. Was it a contributing factor when he kind of brought this show to you? Because somewhere that faith kind of gets built up, that he knows how to bring the best of a woman on screen and kind of show it in the best possible way. Was there a reason?
No, 100%. No, because that's my only understanding of what the filmmaker has in mind. You know, their previous work, did I connect to it as an audience? Did it hit a chord? Did I resonate with that world? And after meeting him, I think I just had so much respect for him, because he's a very sharp man. He's bright. Creating a world like this, it's a completely fictional world that he set up. It needs another mindset to create the entire world, the whole entirety of people, and making them be believable, hitting the chord. With all of us also as actors, when we were shooting, I just feel it's so intelligently put together, where everybody has a good meaty part. Everybody is equally important to the storyline. So it's not driven by one person. It's a show which I think the story stands out, and it's grander than anything else. And I genuinely feel he's one of the filmmakers who I'm very happy to work with, because he allows you to collaborate, and he allows you to explore something within yourself. He doesn't expect an actor to just walk in as a, hey, I exactly know what beats to follow. You just copy paste it and do as I say. No, he wants you to brainstorm and work with him, and kind of marry your thoughts with his thoughts and his vision. And that was exciting, because then you're also brainstorming, you're also coming up with, how about we make her like this, or how about we do this, or how about I make this scene, it'll be more challenging if I do it like that, or I see it like this, how do you see it like? So I feel all of that really, when you're part of something, then your focus is on a different level. And he allowed that.
Yeah, I know. And since it's a fictional world, there's so much you are kind of get from your imagination. And when other people also kind of bring their imagination in, it can make something so beautiful. I think that's what makes this collaborative process also fun. But first time getting into this long format.
Yes.
And the thrill of it, I'm sure, would have been something else, because somewhere you get to delve into it. I think, as you rightfully put, that every part has its part to play. Because that's what OTT gives you the chance for, an ensemble. So somewhere, how was it getting into that thrill, getting into that somewhere, because in that 3-hour film, you don't get to kind of explore and delve into those much layers?
I think you have only, like you're saying, 2-3 hours where you have to create the arc and establish the arc and layer out everything within that concise period of time. I was very intrigued, actually, coming into series, and this is my first, and this long format that you mentioned, I think helps you explore as an actor. You get that much leverage to kind of create more nuances and more layers, and get into the depth of everything, go deep in terms of nuances, because just, the audience is unfolding your character, and you're unfolding with them. You're letting the story unfold and peel off those layers with each episode. So it becomes more intriguing. So there's another shade to it. There's another layer to it that we never saw in episode 1. And it was thrilling. The part is exciting. I have never done this genre before in this format. So for me, I think I truly feel he saw something in me that maybe others had not possibly so far seen.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful that they gave me this shot.
Yeah, from coming from your last film where you were the wife of the person on the right side of the law, this time you are on the right side of the law.
Yes.
Like this has been a huge transition, but like getting that body language in, getting that demeanor in, because a cop, a detective has to have a certain discipline in their persona. It's not just about how they're working, but it's also about their physical demeanor. Getting into that, how exciting was it getting to explore that side of you? Because till now you have played those feminine sides, but here, and I know feminine is strong, but somewhere you have to kind of build that kind of discipline also along with it. So how
Yeah.
was that process?
You know, all this while we've seen women in thriller genre being very strong and being very well put together, like they're just very assertive and they have a certain demeanor. I love that. I've seen that in Mardani. I've seen in some brilliant, brilliant films over so many years in our industry. But I tried, the attempt was to make Ria as a character more real and more human-like, more relatable. Yes, a person is strong when it's needed, but she also has raw vulnerability. So there are times when she's just being human, you know, fighting her own demons, evolving to do, and she has her own questions that she, you know, riddles in her mind and trying to sort herself out personally and try to be best at what she's been assigned and fight for the right and, you know, just a fighter from within, how women usually are. They have so much strength. But yeah, I like the dichotomy of her being strong and vulnerable, having all sorts of shades. You know, being and there are characters who are grey here. You know, it's not all black and white. The question is, at what point do you make a choice and face a consequence leading to whatever that, you know, based on the choice that you make.
Yeah. But I have to say that as a person who loves seeing you on screen, we have to wait a lot of times for a long time to watch you on screen. And I know it's easier to say, put it like, okay, I'm waiting for the right script and everything. But do you feel sometimes that even after doing a role like Chandigarh Kare Aashiki, which was a very different and something very bold and risky move someone would not have done, still the right kind of offers don't come into you in that abundance than it should have or that you might have expected?
I don't know what to expect, honestly. I just expect people to like my work, appreciate if they, you know, connect to it, and from there on, then hoping to work, you know, on better scripts and better storylines. But I feel it's not in my hands here. An actor's job is only so much. It is a director's medium, to be honest, and it's a blessing to have a director with a vision, and he knows where he wants to land that project and those characters. It's as basic as is. It's not very easy. We have a handful of very fine projects that are made every year, and those go to mostly, I mean, the choices, the top 3 or the top whatever choices that usually a filmmaker will have is the ones who are commercially and performance-wise, they've already struck that chord with the audience. So and there's no dearth of talent in our industry, you know. So I can't say, oh, I am better, so pick me. Everybody is doing job with full earnesty and honesty, and everybody is trying to make that attempt and work hard. Sometimes I feel it's luck. A lot of luck factor plays in. But what I have in my control is just working hard and having that focus and just hoping that better projects come along. I try to pick things sensibly which feel right to me. Now, I could falter. I'm human. There are human errors that happens. Sometimes a film connects. Sometimes people don't connect to it. But the attempt is to just be able to do your best in whatever's been handed over. You know, there's like, I genuinely have learned it along the way as well, because I'm like, yes, there are no small roles. You just have to do your best and make them larger than life, you know, with the way how you present it.
But do you get restless or anxious at times
Yes.
because of that? Because somewhere, at the end of the day, an actor's job is only when you get the offer.
Yeah.
You are not creating jobs for yourself.
Yes, yes.
Does it get restless? Does it get somewhere doubts also creep in, like what, when, how? Does that happen? How do you deal with that?
Of course, restlessness happens and anxiety takes over. There are times you're also fighting, how do you say, preconceived notions and judgments on, everywhere. When everybody today, be it social media, be it anywhere, people have access to put in their opinions, and sometimes people can be really brutal. I get it. Most of it is noise. But there are people who give you honest, constructive feedback. So I've understood and I've learned how to separate noise from feedback.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm also on those platforms, and sometimes it hurts you, it stings you a little, and you're like, why would you be mean, and why would you go personal, or why would you berate somebody, and it does sometimes make you feel like that. But then I choose to. I choose to react better to it. I choose to, every time I choose, I think about it, and I deeply, I try to understand what really matters to me. Do I want to give up because I got bullied or I got hate, or do I want to continue? Do I not want to give up right now and still, because I still believe in myself. There are people who believe in me, and I've still had the blessing of, having the opportunity to work with very fine filmmakers and very good co-actors and a good team. So I can't complain so much. But do I want more? Yes.
Yeah.
Of course I want more work, and I want better work.
But in the last few months, you have dealt with that noise much more. And you had a success coming with Raid 2. So somewhere, because of what happened with the other film, do you feel you couldn't enjoy that success also? But how did you kept your morale and spirit up in that time?
When I'm dealing with failure, that's the time when or anybody for that matter, a human being, you can figure out who you really are when you're at your lowest. Because that's when you decide, am I going to become cynical and hateful and frustrated, or am I, because it's so easy to go down that road. It's very easy for anybody to be like, yeah, but it's not my problem. I didn't falter. I mean, if it didn't work, it didn't work, or get into the self-victim mode where you're like, oh, all bad things happen to me, and why, I'm equally good, but just my timing is so bad and it's so frustrating. So it's easy to rile yourself up in those thoughts. But luckily, I'm spiritually driven as well, and I know how to bring myself back to center. And I know how to, because again, I do love my job, and it's not like I've not received love for it. People have been kind to me as well. I value that a lot. And that's when, all you need at that point is a glimmer of hope. So whatever that you're doing next, luckily I've always had a project to look forward to next. Ki chalo, acha abhi, let's put in all that, let's start fresh, let's put all that energy, let's bring it all back, and with the same enthusiasm, let's try make this the best thing, But that's all I can do. That's all that there is in my hands.
Yeah, and lastly, I want to ask you that at the end of the day, you are an actor. You don't choose your co-actors. You don't choose what you are doing. All you can do is choose your script.
Yeah.
But somewhere...
No, actually, I don't even get... Most actors don't even get to choose their script, because, like I said, you have to be of a certain... you have to reach that...
certain
stature for you to then... then I'm only getting the finest of the stories, and now I can make a choice. Which one am I connecting to more? But there are times you're like, okay, this has come my way. There are issues. I can sense that it could be better. I'm not fully there. Okay, but we'll work it. We'll work it along the way, And you try to make that into something. Ki, let's try push it and create some more potential in the way it's written. But not every time you get to choose. I still don't. Of course, yes, it's a final nod that, hey, do I want to be part of it or not? But there are only those many scripts coming to you, and you have to...
It's all choosing from the options that are given to you.
Yeah.
Did you feel that you were unfairly targeted with everything that happened with Abir Gulaal, but somewhere, because you are not choosing your co-actor, you are not choosing what you just doing your work.
Yeah.
Somewhere, but when that hatred or maybe the criticism that came your way, did you feel unfairly targeted?
I feel, what happens is, when we shot that movie, it was a very different. It was shot in different circumstances. You know, the timing was it's just unfortunate with the whole thing that happened with the attack. But this was shot way earlier when there weren't issues. Producers took permissions, all the permissions that had to be taken. And we are all law-abiding citizens. I mean, half of my family is from the army background. You know, I've personally witnessed members of my family who have, we understand the kind of sacrifice and courage and strength that comes with wearing that uniform, you know. And I don't want to, I'm not seeking validation how patriotic one is from the other on social media. That can't be the benchmark. Social media is not, you want to really contribute, think right, do right, you know, go join the military or go join the air forces or defense forces and be of some value or you know, do constructive things. I don't think anybody's intention was to hurt anyone's sentiment. I mean, the film was made to spread love. Unfortunately, all it got was hate. But it was shot at a very different time. And after the attacks, we all, the team and I, we all respected and understood the sentiment of the nation. And yeah, we always have abided by the laws. So it's nothing that one has become rogue and gone against, you know, what our laws expect us to do. But one has put the sentiment of the nation and, you know, put nation first. Yeah. So, but trust me, everybody who we worked, like that film was made with a lot of love and with the right intention. It wasn't to hurt or, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know that, but I'm happy that we are getting to see you in Mandala Murders now, and I hope that we keep seeing you much more frequently.
Yes.
Because that's what we need as people who love to see you on screen, and I resonate this sentiment of a million people.
Yeah.
I'm getting this chance, so I'm conveying it to you
Thank
directly,
you.
but I hope we get to see more and more of you. And again, I would just reiterate, Chandigarh Karyashki will remain very close to my heart, and the way you have done that part. So thank you so much, and wishing you all the best for Mandala Murders.
Thank
and
you so
I hope
much.
you get more and more, and hope this also gets
I hope I get
sanctioned
your
for a season
blessings
2.
and yeah, we do more work and we sit more for
Hoping this
interviews.
gets sanctioned for season 2 soon.
Yes.
And we get to see it
Yes.
with you again. But thank you so much, Vaani. It's
Thank
always a
you.
pleasure talking to you.
It was a pleasure.